Hi guys, we are in sunny Spain, and for a really good reason too. We are here to ride this beautiful bike, the new Ducati Diavel 1260, the Diavel 1260S to be more precise. What's new, you must be wondering? Well, we actually just got here just about half an hour ago. We haven't started riding these machines, but what I can tell you are the facts first. A new 1262cc engine, Tesla Strata DVT engine that produces 159 horsepower, 129 Newton meters of torque. It weighs 218 kilograms and looks stunning. The overall shape has not changed by much, well, but there are certain highlights like the new LED headlight, LED everything actually. But it's fantastic, I tell you. We are riding it tomorrow, so I'll tell you more about how it feels, you know, as compared to the previous model. Hey guys, 8 something in the morning here in Spain. We are just about to ride out on to test ride the new Ducati Diavel 1260S, and what we have found out so far is that the bike is longer than the previous generation Diavel. The engine is more powerful. And I got my mate here.
Yo, what's up? We're all ready to ride.
We're ready to ride.
Yeah.
And
it's colder than Malaysia, so you can't tell on the camera.
Yeah. But look at how we're nicely suited up.
Yeah.
It's probably about 17 degrees here. But let me show you the bikes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Peace.
Yep. Hi guys, so we finally rode the new Ducati Diavel 1260S. For a little recap, you know, this bike was first introduced, the Diavel was first introduced about 8 years ago. I was in China when I rode the then brand new Ducati Diavel. It was revolutionary. It was something that the world had never seen and never expected from a brand like Ducati. You know, it was something, as they say, 3 bikes in one: a sports bike, a touring bike, a naked bike and a cruiser. That is what the Ducati Diavel is all about, 3 bikes in one. And how does the new bike feel as compared to the previous bike? Well, let's talk about the details first. It's a longer bike, you know, so in corners it actually feels a lot more stable. It has an all-new electronic suite. Of course, you get, as usual, you get riding modes, you get urban, touring and sport. Each of them have their own parameters. That means the throttle gets more sensitive or less sensitive. The ABS intervention is different. Now you have Ducati Relay Control, we have Ducati Quick Shifter. The Quick Shifter, however, is not affected by any of these electronic modes. It is, however, really charming to use. However, I did actually find a couple of false neutrals which, you know, made me run wide in corners, and it was quite scary. I'm gonna find out why such things happen, but yeah, perhaps I didn't, you know, step on the gear shifter hard enough, but yeah, that was scary and something to look out for, especially if you're not used to riding a bike with a quick shifter. Well, the thing about the Diavel is the front tire as compared to back tire is the diameters are completely different. So if you're really not used to riding the Diavel, you'll find that the front is much more eager to tuck into a corner than the back. But then after a few kilometers, you'll find that you'll learn to trust the back. Actually, as soon as you feel the back tucked in, get on the throttle and you'll know that it's grippy. The Pirelli Diablo Rosso 3 tires, dual compound, soft on the outside, hard in the inside, and really grippy in the corners. There were, however, a couple of times where I felt the bike, you know, twitching. That was probably because I was braking too hard into a corner, but yeah, it was fantastic. So, first impressions about the bike, beautiful. The design, not much different, but Ducati says that 90% of this bike is brand new. 90% is a lot. The only things that were carried forward were the headlight, the brake light, and the dash. The headlight was carried over from the X-Diavel. The dash is, yeah, the same as before, and the rear light, same as before as well. I do, however, think that the rear light, you know, they say it's an all-new bike, but maybe a little more imagination with the brake lights. I would have preferred such things. All-in suspension, beautiful. I didn't get a chance to tune it according to my liking with the rebound, compression, etc. But I'm sure that this bike would feel a lot better after you've customized the suspension parameters according to your own liking. What else do I like about this bike? I love the braking. The brakes are fabulous. Yeah, you learn to trust the brakes a lot, especially into tight corners. But other than that, let's talk about the electronics. Sports gives this bike an entirely different character. It's actually quite scary at first because you get access to all of that power. 159 horsepower is no joke, you know, especially on a bike that weighs about 230 kilos with the rider, before the rider gets on. So yeah, it's ballistic in nature actually. So I find that this bike is best suited in touring mode. Urban, when it's raining or when you are in town perhaps, but touring is where this bike comes together perfectly. Completes the whole picture actually. In sports, I would say that sports should be reserved for the most experienced of riders, or after you spend a lot of time riding this bike, because sports really brings out the sportiness in this bike, to say the least. Anyway, single-sided swing arm, beautiful. It's not carried over from before. It's an all-new single-sided swing arm. However, it gives this bike a lot of confidence in the corners. All-in suspension at the front, beautiful. So what else can I say? First impression, we probably just did about 150 clicks, you know, over here to lunch here in Spain, and first impression, fabulous, comfortable, fast, sexy, just as a Ducati Diavel should be. Well done, Ducati. We're going to reserve our judgment until we ride this bike further. Thank you for watching. I'm Keshi Dylan, thisbikesrepublic.com.